Chapter 31. If a child does something wrong, he will be spanked. You are listening at novelfull.audio. On site. Zhong Mo gave Bai Lu a big eye roll and said angrily, "Lu, I just said that wild boar meat and soybeans are stewed together. It is so fragrant that it will definitely make the kid next door cry. Who said I would make wild boar meat stewed with soybeans?" After saying this, he took a sip of saliva unconvinced. You can't blame him. After he obtained the proficient level cooking skills in the morning, his mind was full of recipes from all over the world, but he never had the chance to try them. Just now he saw the wild second senior brother jumping around on the road, letting himself go, and more than 20 ideas immediately popped into his mind. The recipes include spicy, sweet and sour, and steamed, and every dish is delicious. No way. Who said this was a wild boar and not a domestic pig? Not to mention Zhong Mo, many people have never eaten pure natural, pollution-free wild boar meat for most of their lives. Nutrition is absolutely awesome. Bai Lu's two charming eyes stared straight at him, her lips curled up, her face speechless. Zhong Mo, please stop drooling when you say this. This car is almost drowned by you. Su Kong and Deng Lei also nodded without any trace, obviously on Bai Lu's side. The look in Zhong Mo's eyes just now was so scary. If this wasn't on the road, if it wasn't in full public view, Zhong Mo would have already carried a fruit knife and rushed towards the wild second senior brother who didn't know whether to live or die. This little meat is so different. Instead of studying singing, dancing and acting skills, I actually studied how to cook wild boar. My saliva is purely artistic, not for eating. Zhong Mo retorted shamelessly, wiping the saliva from the corner of his mouth. Zhong Mo, what should we do now? This wild boar is running rampant on the road, and the entire traffic has been paralyzed. It will take at least 10 minutes for the police and fire brigade to arrive, and if they want to capture this wild boar, the fastest it will take more than 10 minutes, and there are still more than 20 minutes before 5 o'clock. I'm afraid we won't be able to catch up with the Yida Plaza game this time. Bai Lu changed the topic and asked with a sad face. Originally, according to their plan, they could have arrived at Yida Plaza in advance, but this wild second senior brother made a big fuss in Licheng and ruined their plan. If it was just her, it didn't matter whether she participated in this competition or not, and whether she made money or not. It didn't matter. But now that Zhong Mo has finally increased some traffic, she can't just watch her fans drop, right? Zhong Mo raised his left hand and rubbed his chin. His eyes were fixed on the wild second senior brother not far in front of him. The corners of his lips were slightly raised, revealing a sinister smile. I have always been the only one who cheats others. Where can I turn? Is someone trying to trick me? Even if it's the second senior brother, it can't ruin my plan. The kid will be spanked if he does something wrong. Spank. Bai Lu was stunned at first, looked at Zhong Mo, and then at the arrogant second senior brother, with a vague feeling of bad premonition. This wild boar had no idea that it had been targeted by Zhong Mo, and had been imagined as dozens of dishes. It was still dragging the middle-aged man, like a small tank, unruly and unscrupulous, and it was just like this the road serves as its playground. Bang! It suddenly came to a sudden stop, and the middle-aged man on its back flew out without paying attention, and fell headfirst into a huge trash can. Ouch, it stinks so much. It stinks to me. Who threw the diaper in the trash can? He had been stunned by the wild boar just now, and the bones in his body seemed to be falling apart. Now he smelled all kinds of stench coming towards his face, and finally couldn't help it, and started vomiting crazily. The wild boar no longer had to support the middle-aged man, and his body suddenly became much lighter and he was in a good mood, mainly because when it saw these steel-armored monsters, they all stayed there obediently, not even daring to move. Moreover, after the two-legged beasts saw it, they were even more frightened and trembled, causing it to expand a lot in an instant. This is my old pig's world. These two-legged beasts are nothing more than that. Quack quack. It jumped forward happily, and with a loud bang, it knocked the bumper of a car to the ground, and with another loud bang, it knocked a trash can 3 to 5 meters away. Boom! A loud noise knocked another billboard on the sidewalk to the ground, but just as it was tossing hard, it suddenly caught a glimpse of a human cub about 20 meters in front, only 5 or 6 months old, sitting in a beautiful stroller, with a pair of shiny black eyes open. Look at yourself with big eyes, what do you think? Would you like to take another look? Believe it or not, I bite your ass. Could it be that I was intimidated by my old pig's domineering aura and my overwhelming attack power? Etc. What is this two-legged cub sitting on? Why does it look so beautiful and stylish? Only an old pig like me is qualified to sit on such a good thing. I am, it is all me. The wild boar's eyes immediately turned red, its hind legs kicked violently, and it immediately rushed towards the human cub. The child's mother was stunned for a moment. Is this a shimmy situation? I'm just a soy saucer. Why is this wild boar charging towards me and my child? In fact, it's her fault too. Originally, she was pushing her baby out to bask in the sun and relax, but she accidentally encountered a wild second brother fighting Li Cheng, which was as exciting as a blockbuster movie. Instead of taking her child away from the dangerous area, she took out her mobile phone and happily started live streaming, hoping to gain some fans and increase traffic. In her opinion, the second brother was still 40 or 50 meters away from her, and it was impossible for him to rush over here. As a result, the second brother slapped her delicate little face in a minute. Ah, wild boar is rushing over, help me. This stylish and beautiful hot mom saw the second brother rushing to her in a few breaths, and she was so scared that she grabbed the stroller and wanted to run away, but her legs softened, and she fell to her knees with a thump. She wanted to struggle to stand up, but her legs were like noodles, and she couldn't exert any strength at all. You, bite me, don't hurt my child. Although she was only concerned with filming the video and didn't consider the safety of the child, she still used her body to block the stroller at the critical moment. Even though her tears couldn't stop rolling down, she didn't retreat at all. This biped is so ugly, and there is an unpleasant smell on its body. My fiancée Ah Hua is so beautiful, with a round body, a loud voice, and long fangs, so beautiful. How dare she stop me from buying for free? Doesn't she know that I am the leader of this street? Bang! But while the wild boar was still fantasizing, a black shadow suddenly flashed in front of him, followed by a slap in the face. With a loud sound, the wild boar had not reacted yet, and it had already flown 4 or 5 meters away, fell heavily to the ground, and its strong body twitched several times. Wow! That the whole audience was in an uproar. Chapter 32 Young Meat vs Wild Boar. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What did I see just now? Brother Zhong slapped the wild boar away with one slap. Please tell me how big the shadow in the wild boar's heart is. Wild boar, what happened just now? I felt like I was run over by a steamroller. This two-legged beast has no martial ethics and actually attacked me. I am a wild boar man, don't you want to save face? I knew that Brother Zhong was different from other young handsome men, but he surprised me again and again. In the morning, he punched the gangster and the car door away, and in the afternoon, he slapped the domineering wild boar away with one slap. He is worthy of being my Brother Zhong. I kneel down. Brother Zhong, don't be polite to me, you beat this wild boar so hard that its parents don't recognize it, ha ha ha. The live broadcast room was boiling again, countless fans were shocked by Zhong Mo's powerful strength again. The worries and tensions just now disappeared in an instant, and all turned into happy barrages. Some fans even suggested that Zhong Mo directly whip the wild boar with a whip, collar, handcuffs, candles, etc., so that it would pay a heavy price for trespassing into human society without permission. The wild boar finally came to his senses and immediately roared angrily. His fierce eyes immediately fell on the two-legged beast that dared to slap him, ready to let him taste the wrath of thunder. Wait. Why does this two-legged beast look so kind and friendly? It's like meeting the son of Xiaohua's uncle, the daughter-in-law of his mother-in-law, and the daughter of Uncle Wang next door. I really want to throw myself into his arms, let him rub my tender and soft belly, and then act coquettishly and cutely to him. No, no. It's wrong. How could I, a wild boar man and a straight man, have such special feelings for this two-legged beast? Has he been polluted by the decadent thoughts of humans and become impure? For his own sexual happiness, in order to prevent Xiaohua from biting him to death in the middle of the night, he must cut off this idea. Thinking of this, the look in his eyes when he looked at Zhong Mo became unkind, even very cruel. This two-legged beast actually messed up his Tao heart. Damn! Damn it! Zhong Mo had been walking in the car just now, and he hesitated to get out of the car. It was not because he was afraid, but because he was waiting for the system to issue a task. According to the character of the dog system, how could it not issue a task when it encountered a wild boar on the street? Sure enough. At the last moment, the familiar system prompt sound finally came from his mind. Ding! As the supreme macho man in the entertainment industry, how can you tolerate a wild boar stealing your limelight? Choice 1, abuse it, from spirit to body, abuse it in all directions of 316 degrees, reward agility +5, a silver treasure chest. Choice 2, quietly be a handsome man, until the inspection uncle, the firefighter uncle and the special police uncle come to rescue you, and reward you with the title of, the world's first soft egg. Choice 3, leave quietly, just like quietly coming, without taking a cloud. Reward agility -50, a dark treasure chest, that the dog system is still not a human. Choice 2 and choice 3, is this what a normal person would do? Not to mention that his strength has reached more than 200, and he is worried about having no place to vent. Abuse it without negotiation. But he soon found that the wild boar was not angry after being slapped by him, but looked strange, with a bit of ambiguity in his eyes, as if he saw an old lover. No way. What's going on? Even if his charm is nowhere to be placed, it shouldn't be so confusing to a wild boar, right? Not to mention that he just gave it an insulting big fight. Isn't it a masochist? Wait. A white light flashed in his mind, and he woke up instantly. Animal affinity. Has a natural affinity for humans or other animals. This skill is so perverted and against the sky, it's almost the same as the druid in the game. But just when he was complacent and thought he could make this wild boar kneel down and sing conquer in a minute, the wild boar looked at him with a different look, becoming fierce and brutal, as if he was the enemy who killed his wife and father. What about animal affinity? Why doesn't it work? Host, your animal affinity is only at the proficient level. You can make a brutal and powerful wild boar have a little affection for you. You are already very proud. Do you still want it to hug you and ask for kisses? That the mocking voice of the system sounded again. Zhong Mo couldn't help rolling his eyes after hearing the system's explanation. Let a wild boar hug you and ask for kisses? You thought of it. Do you want to catch a male wild boar and send it to the system bed? System, host abused me thousands of times, and I treated the host like my first love. Is this how you repay me? Zhong Mo, how about sending you a female wild boar? System, this is possible. Wait, why am I so excited? Since the level is not enough, just upgrade. Anyway, there are 5 upgrade cards, you can make them at will. But before Zhong Mo could give the order, the wild boar kicked the ground with its 2 hind legs, and rushed towards Zhong Mo's chest like a black lightning, swift and unstoppable. Zhong Mo, be careful. Although Zhong Mo had just slapped the wild boar away, Bai Lu, who was not far away, still felt a wave of fear in the face of this violent and ferocious wild boar. Fearing that Zhong Mo would be hurt in the slightest, Zhong Mo found that the wild boar's eyes were full of contempt and disdain, and he didn't take him seriously at all, and he was instantly upset. He didn't even take Ultraman seriously, so why would he be afraid of a second brother? Thinking of this, he suddenly opened his hands, grabbed the 2 long fangs of the wild boar exposed outside its mouth, and threw it to the side. There was only a loud bang. And the wild boar was heavily flipped to the ground by him, splashing countless dust, and even the ground trembled slightly a few times. Fuck, who told you to attack me? This is a crime of intentional injury, understand? Didn't your parents teach you not to hurt others? Even if you didn't hurt others, what if you ran out and scared the children? What if you scared the flowers and plants? Zhong Mo grabbed one of its big ears with his left hand, opened his right hand, and directly hit it with 7 or 8 big blows. The wild boar was directly slapped. What's going on? Isn't he the handsome, powerful, invincible wild boar man? How could he fall into the hands of this two-legged beast twice in a row? Is it because his way of appearance is wrong? Roar, roar, roar. After figuring this out, he stared fiercely and roared with anger and unwillingness, wanting to let this two-legged beast know that he is not easy to bully. Bang, bang, bang. Zhong Mo grabbed one of its front hooves, through his arms, and smashed it to the ground continuously as if he was holding a broken sack in his hand. There were bursts of huge roars, and several floor tiles were smashed into pieces, dust covered the sky, and smoke filled the air. Everyone at the scene and in the live broadcast room was completely numb. He swung a wild boar weighing 300 or 400 kilograms with one hand and smashed it to the ground 7 or 8 times in a row. Isn't this a plot from the anti-Japanese war drama? What do you mean? Are you not convinced? Come on, I'll give you one arm, and see who will lie here first. Chapter 33. This is from the heart, not from cowardice. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In order to successfully complete the task, Zhong Mo used all kinds of provocations and insults in words and actions. In the end, he acted like a villain who molested a girl from a good family, full of obscene words. The wild boar was still unconvinced at first, feeling that it was only because of his carelessness that he lost to the two-legged beast in front of him, but now he was brutally ravaged by Zhong Mo and was completely numb. It's not that I'm not a good old pig, but the two-legged beast in front of me is too perverted. Just close your eyes. No more life, collapse. Love so much. Anyway, I'm thick-skinned, and you can't beat me to death. Holy shit, 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 shit. I have lived for more than 30 years. I have only heard of wild boars bullying people, but I have never heard of people bullying wild boars. A 300 to 400 kilogram wild boar can be swung so easily. This is simply a weird little guy. I'm weak and want to ask, if Brother Zhong bullies the wild boar like this, does it count as abusing a nationally protected animal? Now I also want to ask, didn't everyone say in the past that Brother Zhong is a little fresh meat who has no rap skills, no acting skills, and no strength to tie a chicken? Now people can play with wild boars and sing heaven and earth dragon scales. You told me this is little fresh meat? Seeing how tough Brother Zhong is, I asked my husband to lift me up with one hand and throw me on the bed. As a result, I am now in the orthopedics department of the hospital, preparing to set bones. I am very depressed. Upstairs, is this a serious throw? Will there be any inappropriate plots later? After a brief period of silence among the hundreds of thousands of fans in the live broadcast room, countless barrages broke out again, and the number of viewers soared again. Celebrities delivering food. Celebrities sweeping the road. Celebrities singing. Celebrities cook. Where is the excitement of young fresh meat ravaging wild boars? Director's room. Zhao Kuan looked at Zhong Mo in the live broadcast, his eyes as wide as bells. After a while, he swallowed, turned his head mechanically, turned a little pale, and stammered, "Director Song, did Yang Mi send us a Schwarzenegger? This isn't the fighting power too fierce. The wild boar is like a baby in front of him. If you targeted him this morning, would he do the same thing in anger?" Gudong. Song Min swallowed involuntarily, her face turned pale, her hands clenched into fists, and she hid them secretly behind her back. He pretended to be calm and said, "Zhao Kuan, what do you mean? I, Song Min, have been in the entertainment industry for decades. What kind of monsters have I not seen? Can a mere Zhong Mo make me surrender? You underestimated me." As he said this, the image of Zhong Mo picking up a wild boar and smashing it to the ground immediately appeared in his mind, but the wild boar turned into himself, too bloody, too cruel. But this is a variety show and it's not a life and death competition. Why should we make it so serious? Why should we have rules that deliberately make things difficult for others? Besides, Zhong Mo's performance this morning and afternoon was very good. It has earned us extremely high traffic and popularity, so we deserve the award. Award? Cancel the new rule at noon. Zhao Kuang blinked and asked cautiously. Song Min frowned slightly, then shook her head. No, the new rules were announced by all water friends among us, how can we go back on our words? Isn't this a slap in the face of our program team? Well, let me think about it. By the way, isn't Zhong Mo driving that Wuling Zhiguang? How can such a garbage truck pick up girls? How can it complete the task? What if it affects efficiency? What if it can't reach the top of the income list? What should I do if a water friend sends me a blade? He straightened his back, held his head high, and looked righteous, neither humble nor arrogant. Change car. What's the reason? This Wuling light is going to have some malfunction tonight and there will be no way to continue driving tomorrow. Then what car should I change to? Well, I think the GAC Trumpchi M6 is pretty good. It only costs over 100,000 yuan, so it's easy for everyone to accept it. Gudong. Zhao Kuang couldn't help but take a breath and looked at Song Min with more admiration and respect. A van worth more than 30,000 yuan is replaced by an MPV worth more than 100,000 yuan. This is a complete exchange of shotguns for cannons. Director Song is still wise. Reba, do you think I have been a little unfriendly to Zhong Mo in the past 2 years? A handsome young man like him can always be taken seriously no matter which entertainment company he works for. But I only give him a monthly salary of 20,000 yuan, and the apartment area is only more than 70 square meters. My tone of voice is often too straightforward and I don't consider his feelings. But, young me, swear to God, I am thinking about him from the bottom of my heart. I hope he can rush to the front line as soon as possible to make a name for himself and our company. Yang Mi's face turned pale, and she held her hands tightly in front of her chest. She felt a little scared when she imagined that her little arms and legs weighed less than a quarter of a wild boar. She always felt that Zhong Mo now had an angry aura all over his body. He was simple and rude in doing things, and he didn't want to reason with you at all. If he picked himself up like a wild boar and smashed him to the ground, would he still have a chance to survive? Do you want to pledge yourself to me? As long as she goes to bed, am she still afraid of him doing it? Sister Mimi, are you scared? That when Reba thought about deleting more than 100 gigabytes of exquisite movies on Zhong Mo's computer, stealing his snacks, and asking him to play games with her in the middle of the night, Reba felt a chill spread across her soles and couldn't help but shiver. I am acting from my heart, and I am definitely not a coward. Yang Mi clenched her fists and stood in front of the window with a straight gaze, saying decisively, a clean figure in the entertainment industry like Zhong Mo, an outstanding talent, and a future star, we Jiali will invest all our resources in him. This will help him become a first-line star as soon as possible. By the way, send me some cooking videos. I will cook some dishes for our Jiali hero to make him feel the warmth of home. By the way, there are also several bottles of red wine and foreign wines in my villa. Just left for Zhong Mo. Ah. Seeing her licking the dog, Reba was instantly confused. On sight. Popularity value +2, popularity value +3, popularity value +5. Zhong Mo naturally didn't know that his powerful display, in addition to completing the task and frightening the wild boar, also had some unexpected effects. However, listening to the system prompts in his mind, he felt particularly comfortable. People just take an unusual path. He threw the wild boar aside casually, wiped the hot sweat from his forehead, and felt a little tired. This is not because he is not strong enough, but because his physical strength is too weak. To put it bluntly, the staying power is far from enough. He used an upgrade card to increase his animal affinity from proficiency level to proficiency level, then walked up to the wild boar, lightly kicked its fat head, and asked loudly, "How is it?" "Second senior brother, do you want to make 2 more gestures?" That the wild boar raised its head and suddenly discovered that compared to before, this 2-legged beast was not only amiable, but also a bit more dignified and majestic. It was like the big brother it had not seen for a long time, not to mention that the opponent's combat power had reached the ceiling level. Thinking of this, it turned over with its belly facing up, and actually screamed coquettishly towards Zhong Mo. Wild boar, I have already set my posture, you can do whatever you want. Chapter 34 Acting cute and coquettish can soothe the baby. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Zhong Mo was instantly confused when he saw the wild boar acting coquettishly and begging for help. I just wanted to complete the system task, and my methods were a little rough, but why did I feel that this second senior brother wanted to rely on me? Is it really a sexist? The more severe the abuse, the more it likes it. This was the first time Zhong Mo encountered such a situation, and he smiled awkwardly at the people around him. Well, I'm really not familiar with it. I'm a dragon, and I like to eat pork the most, such as twice-cooked pork and braised pork. Sweet and sour pork loin, braised pork head, and braised pork ribs. The wild boar saw that Zhong Mo hadn't moved for a long time. It kept slapping its body with its two front hooves and kept making snoring sounds from its mouth. Looking at Zhong Mo, its eyes were watery, and a few tears began to roll, as if it would happen next moment. About to cry, I'm an old pig and I'm like this. If you don't rub it hard a few times, are you looking down on me? Zhong Mo sighed softly, his heart was broken. If it is a kitten, puppy, hamster, or even a pink pig in this pose, it will indeed look adorable, but you are riding a 3 to 400 pound wild boar here, acting cute and coquettish. Who are you trying to disgust? I was really volunteered. Facing a wild boar that is begging for mercy and pretending to be weak in front of everyone, what can Zhong Mo do? Regardless. Doesn't that make him a scumbag? Zhong Mo could only grimace, squat down, stretch out his right hand, touch randomly on its belly twice, and then said angrily, okay, you can get up now. Looking at you like this, you can't lose it. Shameful, that the wild boar stood up like a carp, got up from the ground, rubbed its huge head against Zhong Mo's legs, and half squinted its eyes, shining with happiness and sweetness. Ding, under the ravages of the host, this wild boar has turned into a viper. The reward is +5 agility and a silver treasure chest. A system prompt sounded in Zhong Mo's mind, and then he felt that his body was lighter and more flexible. This is a good mission. It can torture wild boars, attract fans, and complete tasks at the same time. There are 100 missions like this. I can become the Flash and Savage Bolt in the Olympics. System, host, what do you want to eat? Zhong Mo, what if I gave you a beauty bikini album? System, it is the responsibility of this system to assist the host to become the entertainment supreme hunk as soon as possible. There are as many tasks as you need. Zhong Mo, is your arm okay? Your performance just now was so awesome. At this time, Bai Lu's very concerned voice suddenly came from behind Zhong Mo. She is still confused now. Although she had seen Zhong Mo's terrifying power, the scene of Zhong Mo just picking up the wild boar and smashing it to the ground still brought great visual effects and impact. Sister Mimi wouldn't secretly inject genetic potions or animal serum into company employees in order to unify the world, right? Is this made from ordinary fresh meat? Huh. Oops, I can't do it anymore. This wild boar is too heavy and fat. I just overexerted my right arm and got a cramp. Zhong Mo was stunned for a moment, then swayed a few times. His right arm was placed at a right angle with difficulty, and he let out a scream like a slaughtering pig. Bai Lu was startled, and hurriedly grabbed his right arm with two small hands, massaging it gently while complaining softly. Zhong Mo, what do you want me to say about you? Do you think the earth won't rotate without you? Just try to be brave. How about I send you to the hospital first, and we can take a picture and do an MRI. See if any bones are injured. Lu, there's nothing serious about my arm. It's just a cramp. Just rub it for a few minutes and it'll be fine. With Bai Lu, a beautiful woman, massaging her, Zhong Mo felt indescribably comfortable all over his body, feeling that all his pores opened instantly. Go to the hospital. Isn't that just a waste of money? I wasn't injured. When Bai Lu heard this, she was stunned for a moment, and then understood. She blushed and gave Zhong Mo a hard look. but she didn't expose him and still gently squeezed his right arm. The hot mom just now came to her senses, quickly pushed the baby to Zhong Mo, and thanked him profusely. If it weren't for Zhong Mo, I'm afraid she would have been killed by this wild boar for 1,000 years, and her blood would be sprinkled on the sidewalk. However, the baby was clearly frightened just now. And now that he saw the dark and ferocious wild boar still there, he immediately burst into tears. The hot mom can't coax her no matter what. She looks so embarrassed that she doesn't know what to say. Zhong Mo's face darkened. He raised his left hand and slapped the wild boar on the head. Look at how you frightened the baby. Now you are responsible for making the baby laugh. Otherwise, I will castrate you and make you a handsome eunuch pig. That the wild boar immediately felt the coolness below and couldn't help but shudder. What does this crying two-legged cub have to do with me? I am innocent. But who can let himself admire and surrender to his eldest brother from the bottom of his heart? In order to make the little baby laugh, this wild boar tried its best to make the little baby laugh. He would lie on the ground and roll around, make cute faces, and even extend his big ears in front of the baby to let him rua and rua. As a result, the little baby looked at the big flapping ears in front of him, and his big black eyes immediately widened. The tears were still hanging on his face, but his tears turned into a smile. He chuckled and tugged gently. Its big ears. Hulyalu, the wild boar immediately rubbed Zhong Mo's thigh with its head, with a smug smile on its face. Wild boar, how is it? I, the old pig, can fight tigers and lions alone, and I can also coax children to act cute and innocent. Isn't it great? Live broadcast room. Oh my God, the wild boar that was so ferocious just now actually acted cute and coquettish in front of Brother Zhong, asking for a touch. It's too eye-catching. Could it be that there is a girl's heart hidden in the body of this wild boar? Isn't it said that animals are prohibited from becoming spirits after the founding of the People's Republic of China? But this wild boar actually acted cute and coquettish, and can even coax babies. It's just like a mischievous era, which is too comical. Brother Pig is too tough, right? He can even coax babies, which is 100 million times better than my husband. I want to return my husband. Brother Zhong's wolfish ambitions are finally exposed. I think his participation in variety shows is fake, and his pursuit of Lu Bao is real. Brother Zhong actually pretended to have a cramp in his right arm. I despise him. In fact, I also want Lu Bao to rub me. Countless netizens sent out cheerful comments, feeling that Zhong Mo is a miracle maker, and everyone always looks at him with new eyes. Director's room. Song Min blinked twice, turned her head, looked at Zhao Kuang, and said something after a long while. Zhao Kuang, do you think Zhong Mo is the reincarnation of Sun Wukong? He beat the wild boar half to death, but the wild boar was not angry, but looked disgusting. This is too ridiculous, isn't it? Director Song, isn't Sun Wukong a fictional character? Zhao Kuang's forehead had 3 black lines, and his face twitched slightly. What if there really is Sun Wukong? Look at his terrifying power, and his ability to make animals submit and get close to him. Is this something that ordinary people can have? How about Zhong Mo and I take a photo and put it at home, burn 3 incense sticks every day, and ask him to bless me with a happy family, good health, and a successful career. Song Min became more and more excited as she spoke, and she couldn't wait to do it. Zhao Kuang's eyes were completely dull, and his mouth slowly opened. Director, crazy. On the scene. Oh, Zhong Mo, the game will start in more than 10 minutes, and we don't have time to get to Yida Plaza now. Bai Lu's face suddenly changed, and she shouted hurriedly. Chapter 35, Charge on a Wild Boar. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What? There are still more than 10 minutes. It's still in time. Zhong Mo's eyes flashed with determination. He found a hemp rope from the car, put it around the wild boar's neck as a rein, then hugged Bai Lu and rode on it, clamped his legs tightly around the wild boar's belly, and shouted, "Second brother, now I order you to take us to Yida Plaza, otherwise, I will roast you." Wild boar. Who am I? Where is this? What happened just now? The wild boar turned its head and looked at Zhong Mo's eyes full of crystal tears, feeling like it was cheated by a scumbag. I recognize you as my eldest brother, but you want to ride me. I don't want face anymore. Zhong Mo's face sank, and he gently kicked its butt with his right foot, and said unhappily, if you take us to Yida Plaza in time, I will find you 10 wives, one fatter than the other. How about it? That the wild boar's 2 eyes narrowed into a slit in an instant, and a trace of saliva slowly flowed from the corner of its mouth. I'm definitely not doing this for 10 wives, but I'm born to challenge my limits. Thinking of this, its 2 hind hooves suddenly kicked the ground and immediately rushed out 4 or 5 meters away, like a black lightning, carrying Zhong Mo and Bai Lu, rushing forward at a very fast speed. The entire road was almost as congested as a parking lot, but they were walking on the sidewalk and could completely avoid these vehicles. Ah, Zhong Mo, are you crazy? This is a wild boar, not a horse. How can we ride a wild boar? Bai Lu came back to her senses at this time, watching the surrounding scenery quickly falling backwards. She was so scared that her face turned pale, her heartbeat accelerated, and she couldn't help shouting, riding a wild boar on the street. Is it so exciting? Now I'm really going to be famous all over the country. Aren't we riding on a wild boar now? Besides this method, is there another way to get to Yida Plaza within the specified time? Don't worry, the second brother runs very fast, and he is obedient and sensible, and he will never throw us to the ground. The wild boar is not very big. It is fine for 1 person to sit on it, but it is a bit difficult for 2 people to sit on it, so Zhong Mo can only hold Bai Lu tightly in his arms with one hand and hold the reins tightly with the other hand. Fortunately, his physical fitness has just been comprehensively improved, so he can barely stabilize his body. Otherwise, he would have fallen to the ground long ago. But holding Bai Lu, a beautiful and fragrant woman in his arms, her hair swept across his face from time to time, exuding a fragrance of shower gel, which made him a little distracted, dry mouth, and his breathing became rapid. Bai Lu seemed a little nervous and scared at first, but later found that the second brother not only ran fast, but also had a steady pace, and didn't feel too much bumps at all, and her mood gradually relaxed, but she soon discovered something. It was the first time that she was held in the arms of a man, and they were in such an ambiguous posture. She felt his breath constantly spraying on her neck, and her heart was beating like a deer hitting its heart. Her fair face was already stained with an intoxicating blush, and it was spreading to her earlobes, this moment. She really wanted time to stop, and the 2 of them hugged each other tightly. Suddenly, she thought of something, turned her head suddenly, kissed Zhong Mo on the face quickly, and turned back quickly. Zhong Mo, don't misunderstand, I just want to repay you for helping me out. That when Bai Lu said this, her face was red, her voice was like a mosquito's buzz, and she wanted to find a hole to crawl into. She didn't expect that she seemed to be possessed just now, and she actually took the initiative to do such a thing. It's so embarrassing. Fortunately, Su Kong and Deng Lei didn't keep up, otherwise the whole network would definitely explode. Just for a moment. Too little, right? Zhong Mo put his lips to her ear and blew a breath of hot air gently. Ah, then, let's talk about it later. Bai Lu didn't expect him to be so bold. Her little face was red, like a ripe red apple, almost dripping with water. Her voice became numb and her whole body was more like a boneless snake, completely leaning on Zhong Mo's arms. Deng Lei, what should we do now? We are cameramen, but now brother Zhong and Miss Bai have run away. If we don't catch up, will we be fired? Su Kong watched Zhong Mo holding Bai Lu and riding a wild boar away, with a flash of envy in his eyes. I have never ridden a wild boar since I was a child. Brother Zhong is worthy of being brother Zhong. Su Kong, really kneeled down this time. Deng Lei was also shocked by the scene in front of him, and felt that his worldview had collapsed. There is nothing in this world that Zhong Mo dare not do. Compared with Zhong Mo, other young handsome men are really not even as good as shit. Well, the traffic is jammed now, we can't catch up at all. Deng Lei spread out his left hand, looking helpless. He is just an ordinary person, and this kind of crooked and unconventional style is really not suitable for him. Su Kang's eyes rolled, and then a plan came to his mind. he rushed to a motorcycle with a camera, pulled the young man in his 20s down, stuffed the camera into his hand, and shouted anxiously, "I am Su Kong, the cameraman of Star Professional Challenge. Your motorcycle is now requisitioned. You protect my camera first, and someone will naturally find you later. Deng Lei, I will drive the motorcycle, and you will be responsible for filming. We must capture the most exciting scene." Deng Lei looked at Su Kang's crazy look and was completely frightened. Robbery of motorcycles. Is this what a videographer should do? Su Kang's work style is becoming more and more like Zhong Mo. But he only hesitated for 3 seconds before jumping on the motorcycle. It's been robbed, come here quickly, someone robbed the motorcycle. Hey, which one is more expensive, the motorcycle or the camera? The young man watched his motorcycle fly away and couldn't help but exclaimed. However, he lowered his head and looked at the camera in his hand that was filming, and there was a flash of doubt in his eyes. However, he quickly puffed out his chest, posed a POS to the camera, and said categorically, "I, Cheng Weiqiang, am an upright and kind-hearted young man who likes to help others. I am 25 years old and a pet store clerk. I earn monthly, my salary is more than 5,000, and I have an 80 square meter house. Now I am looking for marriage, looking for a beautiful woman under 30 years old, fair and beautiful, diligent and thrifty, and willing to work hard for life with me. Sir, we have 2 more friends who are coming soon. I hope you can wait a moment. Yes, my brother Zhong Mo is riding over on a wild boar. He will definitely not delay your game. You haven't heard of Zhong Mo's name, right? He's the little guy who knocked away a knife-wielding gangster with 1 punch and lifted a 200-pound cauldron with 1 hand. With him participating in your competition this time, I'll definitely help you spread the word. Yida Plaza. Deng Chao and others are trying their best to persuade the organizers, hoping that they will postpone the game and wait for Zhong Mo and Bai Lu. Come here on a wild boar. Knocked away the knife-wielding gangster with 1 punch. Lifting a cauldron weighing more than 200 kilograms with 1 hand. Are you sure you are talking about humans and not the bump man in the anime? The organizer was a fat middle-aged man in his 40s, wearing a designer suit and quite imposing. He never watches variety shows or pays attention to the entertainment industry. How could he know what happened this morning and just now? So he stared with a pair of confused little eyes, feeling that the people in front of him were not normal. I, Zhong Mo, am here, but as soon as he finished speaking, a loud voice came from the distance. Zhong Mo and Bai Lu rode wild boars with such majestic momentum that they were like gods descending to earth, instantly shocking the entire audience. Chapter 36. I won't let the wild boar bite your ass. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Fuck, what did I see? These 2 people are riding wild boars. Isn't this way of appearance too cool? Even the god of gamblers in the movie seems to be a little inferior. Wild boar. Could it be that this wild boar ran down from Mount Li behind our Licheng? But a wild boar is not a horse, how can it be ridden obediently? Could these 2 people be a couple of gods and know how to tame animals? Where did this man and woman come from? Why do they look a little familiar? But the man is handsome and has a strong and upright body, and the woman is beautiful and generous, with a first-class hot body. They really look like a perfect match. Riding a wild boar is so cool, how can I miss Lu Fun? I can pay, any amount is fine, that there are already 3,000 to 5,000 people gathered in Yida Plaza. Everyone was ready to enjoy the next game, but they were interrupted by Zhong Mo and Bai Lu. Everyone looked at the swift and fierce wild boar and retreated to both sides, leaving a 3 or 4 meter wide aisle for the 2 of them, 1 wild boar each. Zhong Mo controlled the second senior brother to come to the bottom of the stage and went down to the ground with Bai Lu. He patted the wild boar's head, smiled and nodded. Second senior brother, you performed well just now, this fruit is for you, stay aside, don't disturb us to participate in the competition. After saying this, he took out an apple from his arms and stuffed it directly into the wild boar's mouth. The wild boar didn't care at all, but raised his head, half closed his eyes, hummed twice with pride, then twisted his fat buttocks, walked to a corner, lay there, and began to eat the apple. Zhong Mo by Lu first greeted Deng Chao and others briefly, then set his eyes on the fat middle-aged man, and asked with a smile, "Sir, are we not late?" The fat man didn't expect that he had just said a few sarcastic words and was immediately slapped in the face. His face looked a little ugly, he gritted his teeth, and said unhappily, "Actually, you are late." Roar, 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 but before he finished speaking, the wild boar had stood up, his eyes glowed fiercely, staring at him, his two hind legs slightly bent, already in an attacking posture, and his brutal roar was deafening and resounded through the sky. Spicy next door. I, the old pig, was almost vomiting blood in order to rush, and you dared to say that my big brother was late. Believe it or not, I, the old pig, will let you taste what 1,000-year killing is. Everyone's face suddenly changed, and they retreated to the back, looking at the wild boar with a little more fear in their eyes. This is the real wild boar. Even tigers and lions have to retreat when they see it. Plop. Where has the fat man ever seen such a fierce and terrifying wild boar? He instantly felt a chill from the soles of his feet to his brain, and he couldn't help but shivered, his legs softened, and he knelt directly on the ground. Second brother, what are you yelling about? Didn't he say that we can't compete? Can't you wait until he finishes talking before you get angry? You are reckless and impulsive, and you are easily fooled by others. Come and give him a slap on the hand. Zhong Mo's face darkened slightly, and he criticized him harshly. The wild boar came to Zhong Mo obediently, lay on the ground, and raised his two front hooves, but there was still a trace of dissatisfaction on his face, as if he had suffered a great injustice, and his heart was chilled. First, he didn't finish talking, but you took his words out of context and acted arbitrarily. Should you beat him? Second, even if you want revenge, can't you find a place where there is no one? You hurt people in public, aren't you afraid that the inspector will catch you and make you into a roast suckling pig? Third, I haven't thought about it yet, I'll give him a slap on the hand first. Zhong Mo bent down, grabbed one of its front hooves, and then picked up a piece of wood from somewhere and gently beat it 10 times. Are you convinced? Hurulu. The wild boar nodded quickly, indicating that it accepted all of Zhong Mo's criticism. However, when it walked towards its original position, its eyes would still fall on the fat man from time to time, flashing a frightening cold light, as if it wanted to remember his appearance firmly. Sir, you don't have to pay attention to it. Whether we can participate in this competition depends on your words. I am the most upright and selfless person. I will never bear grudges, let alone let the wild boar bite your butt. Zhong Mo quickly ran onto the stage and helped the fat man up, with a gentle smile on his face. Hiss. When the fat man heard this, his eyes widened, his brain was congested, and he almost fainted on the ground. Is he being threatened by this man and a wild boar in public? Are you guys going too far? I, Song Hongming, am a man who stands tall and upright, and is in the top 10 of the Liqing rich list. I am worthy of the heavens and the earth. How can I be threatened by you? You got the wrong person. Thinking of this, his eyes flashed with determination, he coughed twice, and then said loudly, in fact, before you came, I had been looking at the time, I remember it clearly. The moment you entered Yida Plaza was 4 hours 59 minutes and 25 seconds, not even 5 o'clock, so you are fully qualified to participate in this competition. That's right. I'm not threatened. I'm just telling the truth. And my watch was just set 3 minutes ahead this morning. Thank you. Zhong Mo cracked his mouth, laughed, patted his shoulder, turned around and walked off the stage. But, a sinister smile appeared on the fat man's face. Our competition is a formal competition. Not everyone can participate, so if you too want to have this qualification, you must first accept the challenge. Accept the challenge first. What challenge? Zhong Mo and Bai Lu were both slightly stunned, confused. Wu Jin walked up to the two of them and lightly punched Zhong Mo's chest with his right fist, his face full of envy. Zhong Mo, it hasn't even been a day, but you have already become famous all over China. We seniors are very embarrassed to see you. I really didn't expect you two to rush over on wild boars just now. It's so cool and cool. Brother Angkor, I just happened to be lucky. Zhong Mo has never met Wu Jin before, but he made his debut more than 20 years earlier than him, and has made several well-received movies in succession, even if he has not yet filmed The Wandering Earth and Wolf Warriors in this life series, but it is still a frontline celebrity. In front of others, Zhong Mo really didn't have much capital to be arrogant. When Wu Jin saw that Zhong Mo had a humble attitude and was not complacent at all because of his achievements and did not put anyone else in his eyes, his impression of him improved a lot, and he felt that young people like him should be given good guidance. Zhong Mo, Bai Lu, do you know how many people wanted to participate in this competition just now? Zhong Mo and Bai Lu both shook their heads. More than 500 couples. Wu Jin stretched out his right index finger and explained, but only 50 pairs succeeded in the challenge, and everyone else lost. What? The chance of success is so low. Zhong Mo and Bai Lu's expressions changed and they shouted in unison. Chapter 37 Hell Mode Push-Ups. You are listening at novelfull.audio. While they were talking, Su Kong rode a motorcycle with Deng Lei and rushed over with murderous intent. He just happened to capture the scene where Zhong Mo and Bai Lu rode the wild boar into Yida Plaza, and the fat man Song Hongming was threatened by Zhong Mo and the wild boar at the same time. It was simply earth-shattering, shocking countless viewers in the live broadcast room and making them exclaim with excitement. The man in my dream will come to marry me on a rainbow cloud, but the man in reality came riding a wild boar. Although there is a certain gap between reality and dreams, if it is Brother Zhong, I am willing, and my husband and children will definitely agree. The person upstairs, it's just 5 o'clock in the afternoon, isn't it a bit early to dream? Zhong Mo's husband, I just took a hot bath, you come to save me on a wild boar, I'm about to be drowned by the water in the cup. Don't be coquettish, tough guys like Brother Zhong belong to Lu Bao and everyone. Seeing Brother Zhong and Brother Zhu threatening the fat man at the same time, I suddenly felt that Lu Bao's position was somewhat insecure. Will the black and white CP become the black and black CP? Brother Zhu is too good at stealing the spotlight. I suggest that the program team formally send an invitation letter to Brother Zhu. Agree +1. Agree plus. Deng Chao and Chen He also came over, each pinching the muscles on one of Zhong Mo's arms, with undisguised envy in their eyes. This is a serious muscle, completely different from those muscles stimulated by drinking protein powder. Deng Chao smiled at Zhong Mo in a friendly way. Zhong Mo, Sister Mimi told me to take more photos of you in the show, but you performed so well today, why do you need me to take care of you? Chen He also nodded vigorously and said, yes, I feel that Sister Mimi is slapping us in the face now. A man as outstanding as you can debut smoothly even without our help. Zhong Mo saw that they were just like Wu Jin, speaking politely, with eyes full of appreciation. He knew that they were so nice to him, in addition to Yang Mi's relationship, and his outstanding performance today won their recognition. Now the young and handsome men in the entertainment industry are all assembly line technology, and dozens of finished products are launched every year. Each of them looks good, and they can sing a few songs and dance a few times, but less than 1/10 can successfully make it out of the circle, and less than 1% can persist for 2 or 3 years, so if you want to get the recognition of the seniors in the entertainment industry, you still have to have something to show for it. Yang Mi can use her relationship, but the debt of favor will always run out, what's left? Zhong Mo then took out 3 markers from his pocket and handed them to Deng Chao, Chen He and Wu Jin respectively, saying excitedly, Brother Deng, Brother Chen, Brother Wu, you don't know, I know that you 3 are on this show, and I was so excited that I couldn't sleep well for several days. This time I finally caught you, each of you must leave me an autograph, otherwise, be careful of me. What are you going to do? Deng Chao has participated in countless variety shows and knows how to create variety effects. His face changed slightly and he deliberately glanced at the wild boar. I'm going to close the door and let Bai Lu bite you. Zhong Mo pointed at Bai Lu next to him and shouted exaggeratedly. Ah! Bai Lu? Deng Chao was dumbfounded, why didn't Zhong Mo take the usual path? Bai Lu was also stunned. I was just a spectator, how could I have my own part? Zhong Mo deliberately laughed, Brother Deng, if the queen sees Bai Lu having a little intimate contact, will she make you kneel on the keyboard, kneel on the ant, kneel on the durian? Deng Chao's eyes widened instantly, pointing at Zhong Mo, deliberately roaring, Zhong Mo, you have such a vicious heart, that he deliberately turned to the camera and began to express his loyalty. Wife, I have been separated from you for another 20 hours. Every minute and every second seems to be tortured. I want to be back to your side immediately. But don't worry, my love for you will not change even if it takes another 10, 20, or 100 years. He and Sun Li are model couples in the entertainment industry. They are deeply in love and support each other, which makes countless people envious. Sister-in-law, I promise you that in Brother Deng's eyes, all the female stars in the world are not as good as 1/10,000th of you. Brother Deng did not agree to let me go to those high-end clubs, nor did he agree to let me go for health care. Zhong Mo, when did I agree to you? Deng Chao's eyes widened as if he was struck by lightning. Brother Zhong, I'm talking about you not promising me. Zhong Mo blinked his innocent eyes and said with a wronged look. Wife, I'm innocent. Don't listen to Zhong Mo's nonsense. I didn't know the Royal Club was at number 305 Dongxing Road. Ah, I was wrong. I haven't been there at all. Yes, someone else told me. Please believe me. Deng Chao immediately beat his chest with both fists and screamed like a pig being slaughtered, looking heartbroken. Zhong Mo and Deng Chao interacted briefly, and the atmosphere gradually reached a climax. 9 live broadcast rooms simultaneously broadcast the Yida Plaza game, and the popularity was unprecedentedly high. The number of viewers reached more than 5 million, and the number of viewers continued to grow. Deng Chao, Chen He and Wu Jin all signed their names on Zhong Mo's clothes, and they were more satisfied with him. There are really fewer and fewer young fresh meat like Zhong Mo who can play, dare to play, and have skills. After signing his name, Chen He explained with a smile on his face, Zhong Mo, Bai Lu, this challenge may be difficult for others, but for you, it is a piece of cake. If you want to qualify for the competition, it's very simple, that is, do 30 push-ups. What? 30 push-ups? So simple? Zhong Mo was slightly stunned, wondering if he had heard it wrong, but then, Chen He showed a sinister smile. Of course it's not just 30 push-ups, but your female partner, that is, Bai Lu, must sit on your back, and her feet cannot touch the ground. Hiss. Bai Lu couldn't help but take a breath and shook her head repeatedly. How can this be done? If it's just an ordinary 30 push-ups, most men can do it, but with a woman sitting on the back, it instantly goes from simple mode to hell mode. After all, no matter how light a woman is, she still weighs more than 90 kilograms. So out of more than 500 couples who took the challenge, only 50 passed. Wu Jin looked at Zhong Mo with a smile, and said word by word, Zhong Mo, I just took 3 minutes and 10 seconds. You are so strong, so you must be faster than me, right? I'm waiting for you to hit me in the face. Zhong Mo smiled and said, Brother Wu, I suddenly feel so stressed. Don't come on, you can easily throw wild boars aside, this is nothing to you. Wu Jin patted his shoulder lightly and smiled disapprovingly. He was worried that Zhong Mo would be concerned about his face and deliberately let him win, so he reminded him slightly. Wait a minute. Suddenly, Zhang Yuqi, who had been silent, spoke up. Chapter 38 Sweet Tofu Pudding. Salty Tofu Pudding. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Everyone couldn't help but smile bitterly when they saw Zhang Yuqi speaking. Zhang Yuqi is known as the great aunt in the entertainment industry. She is famous for her courage to love, hate, speak out and make trouble, and she doesn't give face to anyone. When Zhong Mo meets her this time, he will shed his skin even if he doesn't die. Zhong Mo had just briefly greeted the 4 female stars, but his predecessor had never met the 4 of them before, and there was also Bai Lu who was eyeing him with eagerness, so it was not easy to strike up a conversation casually. He glanced at Zhang Yuqi and the other 3 female celebrities, and was secretly amazed. A beautiful woman is not necessarily a star, but a star must be a beautiful woman. After all, the public's aesthetics is here. If you look too good for the audience, how can you become a star? Of course, except for a few female celebrities. Among the 4 of them, Zhang Yuqi is the tallest and has the hottest figure. Wherever she stands, her mature, charming, sexy and seductive temperament is revealed involuntarily, which will definitely attract countless male animals to moan and groan. Today, Baby is wearing suspender short sleeves on the upper body, showing off her majestic career line, and slim-fitting jeans on the lower body, showing off her attractive figure without hesitation. Her delicate and beautiful little face seemed like a dream, giving people an unreal feeling. A pair of dark and lively eyes were staring at Zhong Mo, as if she was a little more inexplicably curious about this young man, and her red lips twitched slightly. Sexy and attractive, Zhao Jingmai is the youngest among the four of them. She is very sweet and looks like a girl next door. She is wearing a light blue summer sportswear. Her slim and beautiful figure is not affected at all and still attracts everyone's attention. There was a slight smile on her lips, and her eyes kept looking at Zhong Mo, with a hint of gentleness in her coldness. Zhou Mandi is slightly 2 or 3 years older than Zhao Jingmai. She is not bad-looking, but she has heavy makeup on her face and smells of perfume. She is wearing a red t-shirt and a pair of shorts. The snow-white thighs were exposed to the air, and even the traces of the buttocks were very obvious, and there was no fear of bursting the shorts. It seems like she's not participating in Celebrity Pro Challenge but walking the red carpet. If it weren't for the fear of being banned by the show crew, I'm afraid she would wear even less. Zhong Mo quickly nodded towards Zhang Yuqi and said with a smile, "Sister Yuqi." Zhang Yuqi walked up to him, put her right hand on his shoulder, and said, with a faint smile, "Zhong Mo, I heard your name 20 or 30 times today. I didn't expect Yang Mi to hide you. It's so deep. He's obviously a treasure boy, but he didn't show it to us earlier. What's the point? Are you afraid that we will take it away?" Zhong Mo pretended to smile bitterly and said, "Sister Yuqi, actually I really want to be a treasure boy, or even a hexagonal warrior, but do you think I have that ability? Besides, if it weren't for this show, where would I have the chance to show off?" "That's right." Zhang Yuqi nodded, then looked at Zhong Mo and Bai Lu with a strange expression, and asked, "I watched your live broadcast just now and found that the relationship between you two is a bit unusual. Have you had an affair before?" When she said these words, the expressions of the others changed instantly. "You have been in the entertainment industry for so many years, how can you not be cunning?" Everyone also saw that Zhong Mo and Bai Lu were going in both directions, and silently blessed them in their hearts. But Zhang Yuqi asked it in front of millions of viewers. "Isn't this a bit too much? How do you want Zhong Mo to answer? If he admits it, he will definitely be scolded by Bai Lu's countless fans, which will affect Bai Lu's future stardom. Many unscrupulous marketing accounts will even take the opportunity to make a big splash and pull Bai Lu down. If he denies it, he will also win a softie. If he dares to do something but doesn't act right, he is not a man's reputation. The popularity he finally accumulated will disappear without a trace in minutes. It can be said that no matter how he answers, it will be a dead end." Bai Lu's face also changed slightly, and her beautiful eyes fell on Zhong Mo, looking forward to his answer. Zhong Mo was stunned at first, and then sighed secretly, "I didn't expect that Sister Yuqi would see through it. In fact, Bai Lu and I debuted at the same time 2 years ago, and we also participated in a show called Boys and Girls Run Ahead Together. Variety show. It can be said that after a few days of contact, the two of us found that we have many common topics and hobbies. On a dark and beautiful night, the two of us were a little uncontrollable, and almost. Zhang Yuqi was stunned for a moment. She is carefree, speaks unscrupulously, and doesn't care about the occasion, but that doesn't mean she is a retard. The question she just asked was to make things difficult for Zhong Mo on the surface, but secretly he was helping her out. Because some marketing accounts have appeared on the internet, openly and covertly saying that the relationship between Zhong Mo and Bai Lu is unusual. Some people even say that the two of them lived together before, and Bai Lu even had an abortion for Zhong Mo, etc. Anyway, in order to attract attention, they threw all the unnecessary things at Zhong Mo and Bai Lu. As for whether they were dead or alive afterwards, what did it have to do with them? Driven by these marketing accounts, many viewers also questioned the relationship between Zhong Mo and Bai Lu. Zhang Yuqi's meaning is very simple, that is, let Zhong Mo briefly introduce his relationship with Bai Lu to clear up everyone's doubts. Who told you to play so hard? I almost chopped off the chicken's head, burned the yellow paper, and became sworn brothers and sisters with different surnames. Under the worried eyes of a group of people, Zhong Mo puffed out his chest and answered majestically. What? Brothers and sisters with different surnames? But when everyone heard this explanation, they tilted their bodies and almost doubled over. We thought you would tell something about the 18 bands, but we didn't expect it to be this? Yes. Zhong Mo pointed at Bai Lu and cried helplessly towards Deng Chao and Chen He. Brother Chen, Brother Deng, you have participated in several episodes of Run, Brother with Bai Lu, and you also know what her character is. She's carefree, doesn't have any baggage, and easily gets along with everyone. Aren't you and her also brothers? Deng Chao and Chen He couldn't help laughing when they thought of Bai Lu's wonderful performance in Run, Brother. Oh, Zhong Mo, if you hadn't reminded us, we would have really forgotten that Bai Lu is a girl. Yes, with her personality, she can really become a brother with everyone. Zhong Mo, Brother Chao, Brother He, you, how dare you reveal my information? Do you believe that I will beat you up? Bai Lu also saw that Deng Chao and Chen He were talking for Zhong Mo, so she deliberately put her left hand on her hips and pointed at the three of them with her right hand, acting like a tomboy. Brother Bai, spare your life, Zhong Mo, Deng Chao and Chen He said in unison. You. Bai Lu rolled her eyes angrily. Zhang Yuqi didn't expect Zhong Mo to react so quickly. Not only did he explain the relationship between the two, but he also created some variety show effects. She finally stopped laughing and asked curiously, Zhong Mo, you two almost became brothers and sisters with different surnames. In other words, it didn't work out. Why? Zhong Mo gave Bai Lu a hard look and sighed quietly. Why else? I said at that time that I like to eat salty tofu, and she said that she likes to eat sweet tofu. After 3 hours of continuous discussion, neither of us could convince the other. In the end, we broke down. We haven't spoken or seen each other in 2 years. Everyone was stunned for a moment. Salted tofu brain. Sweet tofu. Are you too full? Chapter 39. A man who is comparable to Schwarzenegger. You say he is a young and handsome guy. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Fuck, I just want to ask, are all the celebrities in the entertainment industry so boring now? They actually argue endlessly about whether they like sweet tofu pudding or salty tofu pudding. This is simply a national war. As a sweet party, I naturally have to defend the dominance of my sweet tofu pudding. Salty tofu pudding is simply a dark dish, which is terrible. I feel deeply sad for those who eat salty tofu pudding. Sad for you, salty tofu pudding is the real king and supreme. Sweet tofu pudding. Except for little girls, who would eat that stuff? Real men have to eat salty tofu pudding. Long live sweet tofu pudding, thousands of years, unify China. May salty tofu pudding enjoy immortal blessings and live as long as the sky. Are you off topic? Aren't we talking about Brother Zhong and Lu Bao now? I just took a look at that show. The variety show Boys and Girls Run Forward does have Zhong Ge and Lu Bao in it. Zhong Ge was charming and radiant at that time. I found that many female guests would glance at him from time to time. At that time, Lu Bao was silly and had the tendency of being a female man. They knew each other 2 years ago and had a good relationship. So what? I just read many marketing accounts on the internet. They were talking nonsense. Many of the contents were unbearable and very spicy. Now some people just want to make the world chaotic. It's so disgusting. Hundreds of water friends in the 9 live broadcast rooms sent out barrages one after another. From the dispute between salty tofu pudding and sweet tofu pudding, to the grievances between Zhong Mo and Lu Bao, the number of viewers has exploded again. The number of people has exceeded 5 million to 6 million, and there is a trend of approaching 7 million. I regret it. I regret it so much. Why did I play games the night before yesterday? Why did I stay up late? If I wasn't sick, I could participate in this celebrity professional challenge and ride a wild boar with Zhong Mo. Woo 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 woo. Reba covered her face with her hands and ran into Yang Mi's office crying, looking like an abandoned kitten. Although she doesn't eat pork, riding a wild boar is so cool. Ahem, how can a sacred thing be without me, the first sister of Jieli, who is responsible for the appearance? Besides, if I were there, how could I let Bai Lu take the limelight? Black and white CP. Where is the Bazahe CP better? Yang Mi rolled her eyes, tapped her fair forehead with her right index finger, and said unhappily, "You regret it now? What did you do before? No wonder Zhong Mo said you have a lazy mentality, you slack off at work every day, and you have no motivation to work at all. What's the point of you telling me this now? The show has already started filming, I can't let director Song squeeze you in, right? You don't want face, but I still want face." She added in her heart, if I had known that Zhong Mo was having so much fun in the show, I would definitely be the first to sign up. How could I be so stupid to sign up for others? Reba took her hand and shook it like a spoiled child. Sister Mimi, I know you have great powers and you can help me. At most, I will work hard in the future, not slack off during work, not stay up late to play games, and not eat snacks secretly. How about that? Look at me again, I haven't had any fun during this period of time. I have filming but no notices. I get paid for nothing every day. How can I be worthy of you, Sister Mimi? So please put me in this show and ravage me. No way. Yang Mi was shocked and looked at her with an unbelievable look, so cruel. Sister Mimi, don't you believe in my character? I, Reba, always stick to you, how can I go back on my word? Reba's eyes were firm and she answered with a solemn oath, as long as you can let me on the show, I promise to do what I say. She secretly added in her heart, if it was Zhong Mo who pulled me, that would be another matter. Seeing her firm attitude, Yang Mi could only nod and say, I can ask Director Song for you. If someone withdraws, you can take over, but no one can guarantee how long it will take. Thank you, Sister Mimi. Reba immediately hugged Yang Mi's shoulders and shouted happily. Director Song, what should we do now? Many contestants have called to complain that Zhong Mo rode a wild boar on the street and participated in a couples competition. This is completely contrary to our celebrity professional challenge. I hope our program team will cancel Zhong Mo's qualification. Zhao Kuang hurriedly ran to Song Min, with a big unlucky expression on his face. Song Min drank wolfberry tea slowly, held her phone slowly, looked at Zhong Mo in the live broadcast room, and finally raised her head slowly, looked at Zhao Kuang, and asked. The wild boar rushed onto the road, ran rampant, and almost hurt a mother and baby. Zhong Mo, as a man, bravely took on the wild boar alone and saved such a mother and baby. Is it wrong? Yes. Because the appearance of this wild boar caused traffic jams, Zhong Mo and Bai Lu used some emergency measures. Is it wrong? Yes. Isn't that the end? We are a serious variety show. We should encourage and support such good people and good deeds. How can we disqualify Zhong Mo from the competition because of their opposition? Besides, it is because of Zhong Mo's existence that the total number of viewers of our show has exceeded 10 million, and there are several hot searches at the top, with millions of clicks and more than 200,000 reposts. If they don't want to continue participating in this show, they can withdraw automatically, but they will have to pay a large penalty. Song Min put her cell phone on the table, patted it hard, and sneered in an arrogant manner. Zhao Kuang was startled and nodded quickly. Director Song, I understand, I will tell them right now. You can tell them that Zhong Mo did nothing wrong in what happened today, but in order to prevent some contestants from not doing their job properly and deviating from the main line of our show, starting from tomorrow, we will add some new rules. Song Min waved his hand towards him and gave instructions. Okay, Director Song. Zhao Kuan nodded, turned and left. Song Min raised her right hand, scratched her messy hair, looked at Zhong Mo on the phone, and couldn't help complaining. Zhong Mo, this is the first time that so many variety shows have been created by labor and management because of one person's constant modifications. Rules, you are so fucking awesome. On site. Everyone in the Deng dynasty also knew that Zhong Mo said this for the effect of a variety show, but they still all rolled their eyes. You two are so boring, are you childish? Are you not funny? Zhong Mo glanced at Bai Lu and said helplessly, so from that day on, no matter whether it is salty tofu brain or sweet tofu brain, I will not eat it. I will eat spicy tofu brain instead. It is spicy and delicious, and it is definitely appetizing. Everyone. Spicy tofu. Your taste is really not that ordinary. Song Hongming ran up to them sweating profusely and said anxiously, guys, are you ready? It's already late, everyone is waiting. Just now, several staff members nearby had told him Zhong Mo's great achievements today, which almost scared him to the point of peeing. For such a tough man who is comparable to Schwarzenegger, you guys are calling him a piece of cake. Do you think I'm blind? Zhong Mo, when you do push-ups, Bai Lu and I will sit on your back together. Is that okay with you? Zhang Yuqi patted Zhong Mo on the shoulder and asked carelessly. Chapter 40 I am Iron Man's younger brother. You are listening at novelfull.audio. As soon as Zhang Yuqi said this, the other people all opened their eyes and mouths wide, stammering, you, and Bai Lu sit on his back together. This. Everyone also knows that Zhong Mo is very strong, but even if a woman is very light, she weighs more than 90 to 100 kilograms, and two people weigh nearly 200 kilograms, and they have to do 30 push-ups. After all, Zhong Mo threw the wild boar as a sandbag, mainly relying on explosive power, and push-ups depend on endurance in addition to strength. So everyone looked at Zhong Mo with a little more sympathy and pity. This is no longer hell level, but the 18th level of hell. It's his bad luck to meet Zhang Yuqi. Bai Lu's face changed slightly, and she shook her head desperately to refuse. Sister Yuqi, if you want, or, you can sit on his back alone. I don't need it. Although she really wanted to form a couple with Zhong Mo in this game and pass the level together, but facing Zhang Yuqi, this shit stirrer, what else can she do except quit? She couldn't just act like Zhang Yuqi, right? Wouldn't that just cause trouble for Zhong Mo? Zhang Yuqi was willing to let Zhong Mo suffer, but she couldn't. Actually, I think it's enough for Zhong Mo to have one person sitting on his back. There's no need to make it more difficult for him. That Wu Jin couldn't bear it any longer, so he had to bite the bullet and speak well of Zhong Mo. Deng Chao and Chen He also nodded and agreed. That's right, we just did 30 push-ups, and our two arms were almost broken. Even if Zhong Mo is strong, he can't sit on two people, right? Zhang Yuqi glared at the three of them fiercely, and said unhappily, you three losers, you dare to compare with Zhong Mo? Aren't you afraid of being abused and covered with bruises? Zhong Mo, I just want to ask you, do you dare to accept this challenge? Even if you lose and can't participate in this competition, at most I will reward you with 5 million, how about it? She also deliberately raised her head and looked at Zhong Mo provocatively. Zhong Mo sighed softly and shook his head again. Just when everyone thought he was going to refuse, Zhong Mo raised his hands, rubbed his face vigorously, and said helplessly to Deng Chao and others, Brother Wu, Brother Deng, Brother Chen, did you see it? I volunteered. Since my strength has been exposed, I have no choice but to confess that I am actually Iron Man's younger brother Aluminum Man. Puff. Everyone was amused by this sentence and laughed. Zhong Mo, you are a funny guy, Aluminum Man, you can say it. Zhong Mo, this sentence of volunteering is great, we support you spiritually. Zhong Mo, even if you fail the challenge, we still obey you. Wu Jin and the other two gave Zhong Mo a thumbs up and praised him repeatedly. Zhong Mo was about to lie on the ground, but Zhang Yuqi asked him to take off all his coats, and even said that he was afraid of dirtying his clothes. Zhong Mo couldn't help rolling his eyes at her excuse. When you said this, could you not glance at yourself? And your drool is about to flow down. However, he only hesitated for a moment, and then he took off his shirt and the short-sleeved t-shirt inside and handed it to Su Kong next to him. Oh my god, Zhong Mo, your figure is really good, better than Wu Jin's. Zhang Yuqi's eyes turned into peach blossoms instantly. Why should she be polite? Two salty pig hands have already touched. Baby, Zhao Jingmai and Zhou Mandi were also deeply attracted by Zhong Mo's perfect figure. but they were not as thick-skinned as Zhang Yuqi, who could not directly touch him, so they could only watch and swallow their saliva secretly. Although they had also seen Zhong Mo's figure through their mobile phones, it was more visually impactful in reality. I feel that I have been implied, but there is no evidence. Wu Jin curled his lips, feeling that his daily training was all in vain. Deng Chao and Qin He looked at Zhong Mo's figure, then lowered their heads to look at their own figures, and were instantly speechless. This is a typical example of comparing people to death and comparing goods to throw away. In the past, when I was with other stars, my figure was pretty good, but now compared with Zhong Mo, I was really weak. Sister Yuqi, let's start the challenge quickly, everyone is waiting. Seeing that Zhang Yuqi had been touching for a long time and there was no sign of stopping, Bai Lu immediately stepped forward and began to dissuade her. She finally understood why there was such a saying on the internet, boys must protect themselves when they go out. A perfect man like Zhong Mo, if he meets a female hooligan like Zhang Yuqi, he will definitely be gnawed to the bone in a minute. Oh, Bai Lu was anxious, why do I smell a sour smell in the air? Zhang Yuqi's pretty face showed a smile, deliberately teasing. Where is it? Bai Lu blushed and argued loudly. Okay, let's compete first, and talk about other things later. Zhang Yuqi patted Zhong Mo's strong and powerful chest muscles, and said reluctantly, Zhong Mo didn't expect that when a woman becomes lustful, there is really nothing for a man, but you keep taking advantage of me in front of millions of viewers, is that appropriate? He shrugged his shoulders, gave Bai Lu a helpless look, then supported his body with his arms, lay on the ground, and pressed his legs together tightly, forming a smooth straight line. Zhang Yuqi is a person with a sharp tongue but a soft heart. She seems to be bullying Zhong Mo, but she is actually giving him a chance to show off. This will increase his popularity and be beneficial to his future development. She certainly won't delay time on purpose, so she hurriedly pulled Bai Lu up and sat side by side on Zhong Mo's back, raising her feet at the same time. Zhong Mo's strength has reached a terrifying 200 pounds. Not to mention that Zhang Yuqi and Bai Lu together weigh less than 200 pounds, even if 5 girls together weigh more than 200 pounds, it is still within his tolerance. His body only sank a few centimeters and then stabilized. He didn't want to be too different, so his speed was not very fast, but it still caused countless people around him to exclaim. No way. This guy can do push-ups with 2 girls sitting on his back. He's so strong. Did you see that? Although his speed is not very fast, his body is very stable and does not shake at all. It is obvious that he still has some hidden strength. I almost fell to the ground just now and couldn't even stand up. I am really a waste. No wonder this guy dared to rush in on a wild boar just now. He came here to win the championship. Many contestants and spectators around were originally dissatisfied with Zhong Mo for wasting everyone's time, but now facing Zhong Mo's outstanding performance, all the dissatisfaction just now disappeared completely, and instead they were full of admiration and respect. Strong people are easy to be understood and tolerated by everyone. Zhong Mo quickly finished 30 push-ups and was about to let Zhang Yuqi and Bai Lu get off his back, but Zhang Yuqi suddenly said, Zhong Mo, you have succeeded in the challenge, but it's not over yet. Baby, Jingmai, Mandy, the 3 of you also sit up. I want to see how many more he can do under such circumstances.